What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Many people want to know, why didn't I come back to the United States after finishing my program? What was the reason why I stayed away? And this is very interesting. I want to talk about this because, number one, I love our people. I roast some of the brothers and sisters up talking about I don't want to ever come back, but I love our community. There's a lot of opportunity in Black America. I would do very well there, just like I'm doing well now, here now. I probably do even better if I was to come back to Sacramento or come back to any part of the union where blacks were at. But I'm going to tell you one of the reasons why I was not so thrilled to come back to America. Because of the agendas that, for me, don't make sense. As much as the United States is talented, as much as technology is flourishing, as much as opportunities are many, when we get to the elements of the transgender debate in pronouns, in adjectives, and whatever the case, I'm like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? This has nothing to do with me disliking anybody. You can live your life however you want. But at certain points, what are we talking about? Now, Corey Holcomb summed this up fairly well. I want to play a clip of him. There's a brother doing a reaction to that, and I'm going to come back.
On the internet, people are arguing about males and females. What is a male? What is a female? Listen, y'all.
At some point.
I want everybody who might not be up on this to listen to me.
I'm listening.
The corporations and wicked men in charge of this country are sitting back at a table laughing like, I can't believe we got these motherfuckers arguing this. They got to pat themselves on the back. People are actually arguing with people about whether they are a man or a woman. I grew up in Chicago. I am not saying I rooted for this. In fact, I didn't root for this, but this is how we grew up in Chicago. I'm talking about in the 80s. Just keeping it real. When I was a little youngster, that was my high school days. I used to watch what happened when men who dress like women show up anywhere. They would get moved on sight. Like, get them. Right.
People just didn't know how to. They didn't know how to act with that. So yeah, it was all. Wait, what?
It wasn't none of them bold enough to stand up and say, I am a woman, because when they was
Or
getting
I want to be a woman.
the business, they was like, ouch. But now,
I'm a woman.
we live in a time where people are arguing if a man is a woman. And if a woman is a man, this is the saddest time. It's just getting worse. We going further and further down the rabbit hole as a society. And the people who are pushing this agenda are laughing that their plan is working. A man is a man. A woman is a woman. And I'm going to tell y'all like this. If you are arguing with a man who has on a dress and lipstick, you are your life. That person is absolutely insane. A man dressed like a woman, claiming a woman, is an insane person. You should not be arguing with them. I mean, if somebody want to chime in, they can. I'm just saying, it's like the world is going bad, man. Yeah. And if I can't say this, because I want to make sure I make this point. The reason there are cowards who might post the argument that's online but not speak on it is because those men work for the company. All the men who work for the company can't really speak on whether a man is a man or whether a woman is a woman. They know they will lose their job.
So guys, you've heard what he had to say. Let me just say this here, and he summed this up pretty well. He summed it up by saying a lot of people are just really afraid to say what they would like to say for fear of losing their jobs, because many people are employed by people who are sympathetic to these groups of people. And I want to discuss that because that is true, right? That's true. It's hard for somebody to take a stand against something in which they may get fired. But the fact that we even have to talk about that, for me, doesn't make any sense. Okay? We know what a woman is. We know what a man is. And for me to have to sit there and argue with somebody about that, it's laughable at best to even have to consider. It's almost making the argument between, now this is not always equal, but a dog and a cat, right? That's how bad we've gotten. And what I've noticed about America is the smarter people get, the dumber they are. We are at the highest level of technology, AI, you name it, we got it. Guess what? People are still stupid. And one of the things I really want to talk about, brothers and sisters, I have a problem being around folks who you could easily classify as being stupid. Okay? That's it. And that's everybody. Here in Africa, things are backwards. Things happen slow. It can make you want to pee on yourself. It's that bad, okay? There is no doubt about it that I am unhappy here many times during a 24-hour day. Power goes out, everything like that. But do you know what? These people got some sense here, despite all of the shortcomings. Okay? Nobody is talking about things in pronouns. Okay? We're not talking about things that don't make much sense. Everything here, when you go out, you go to the mall, you see families, you see mom and dad, you see kids buying ice cream, it makes sense. Nothing looks silly. It doesn't look stupid. All right? It just don't. But when you see things happening, and I read the papers, I'm like, wow. How are we even talking about that? And Corey said, like, how do we even talk about that? Because it's so obvious. It's so obvious. And I don't have any problems with anybody, but now I'm just thinking about, what if you have kids? Just think about that. You have kids. Your kids are growing up in this system. What does your kid tell you when they're programmed to do or have some of the vantage points that they have? I'll tell you, it's almost over, right? It looks bad. Not only does it look bad, it is bad, right? It is terrible. And I hate to say this, I feel sorry for some of you guys who are going to send your kids to school, and the kids are going to be exposed to things that you have never even fathomed that they will be exposed to. Don't worry, your time is coming. You're going to be very shocked. Very shocked. And because of that, I just can't deal with other states. I have to refuse it. Okay? Things are not getting better. They are getting worse in America. And anything that is just disruptive, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't need to make sense. We're outside of our gender roles, outside of our values. I can't accept that. I just can't. And for those in America who want to keep fighting, and more power to you. More power to you. But for me, I'm going to go out and get around a society that makes sense. Okay? I'm going to get around something that makes sense. Something that is actually plausible. Right? Nothing that is weird. Nothing that is dumb. In my honest opinion. Our law is so ridiculous. I just can't do it. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. I appreciate you for all of you. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.